Yeah. Because then after, you know, it happens very quickly that they pick up off that and you don't have to anything with the brain.
So while learning to do it, obviously I would exaggerate the movement in my own thing to get that muscle memory of doing it so that it becomes instinctive and not having to think. As you said, get up there so I can pivot around that sort of axis.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You back again. Are you back again? And then what you can play with at that is when you make that movement, you tell them to go in that direction. Don't use the rein straight away. Do that movement first, and if he does, and if he responds to that, that's all you need to do. And use the reins only if it didn't work out. Because then you're testing if it works. Yeah? Yeah? And that's when riding becomes quite light, because you're just riding around going, oh,
Thinking about going over there and we go there. Yes.
And see, of course, for me, that is an essential thing, because if I'm riding with weapons in my hand, that needs to work just like that. It needs to work with, I'm looking over there, I'm looking over there, because I'm going to have one hand to give you little reminders.
If you're doing archery, you have no hand.
Yeah, we have archery, but then you generally are on a track.
Oh, okay.
So you usually have a fence fixed on one side. Yeah. So I mean, there are people who do it completely freehand. Yes, obviously, then it has to be even more organized. But archery is a bit different in that you have a totally different seat. You have short stirrups and you're standing up, so you don't have your seat.
Yes.
So that is just
So
really
it's quite a different skill set to be learning.
totally different. Yes. But for this kind of riding, it's really down to you have a seat, you have a good connection to your horse, and it's all out of the shoulders, the hips, and then obviously legs, and then hands at the last with the hand.
Yes.
And of course, like your breathing, your posture, your horse.
I have to remember to breathe. You know, if I should get anxious, I used to do a lot.
Yeah.
Sammy, who's done such wonders getting me over that hurdle. Yeah. Just remembering to breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
First I get on.
That's one of the hardest things. We had this discussion yesterday with a friend who recently lost her horse and now having to get used to another horse and her anxiety level. Yeah. So mainly we were talking about breathing. So that's the awareness that you need to take care of that. That's your first step. So that's a good thing. But you know, the breathing, where's my energy level, and if you find you get any holding your breath or something, you kind of go, let it out, let it down into here.
Whole body sort of tense.
And then like your posture. This means something different to the horse compared to that.
Yes.
You know, and the tension in my legs. I can, without changing my leg position, I can tense my lower legs, I can tense my upper legs, especially in that satisfaction. And that's before I even go and turn my legs and put leg on and move in. So there's all those subtle little things, and that's never stuff that's important.
Yeah.
So my
come from New South Wales and do some clinics. I'd be so into that.
But you know, the goal in my writing is to make the signals as subtle as possible, and that you know, eventually I give the horse an instruction, and I kind of expect that it's going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Say it otherwise, which means I don't have to ride it every stride all the way because I'm too lazy for that. You know, I make it so, and that's also for the bitching because that's a signal bit. I only want to give one signal, maybe two little signals. You know, I don't want to have to ride with contact the entire time. I don't want to have to. I also want them to be happy with it. If that's not in, if I don't pick up the reins, there is no pressure on the horse because the bit is suspended in the mouth by the bridle. Not like a snaffle that's constantly flapping around and things.
On that very topic, the one that I have going in snaffle. When, for what should I be looking at? You know, what timeline should I be looking at putting her in something like this?
I'm never in a hurry with that. My horses spend a lot of time in a halter, but in a halter adjusted properly. Like Andrew was riding around, like the halter set up like a hackamore. So that's then also a signal, well, not
I don't think I'm psychologically prepared to ride out in that. I mean, even for the horse week, you know, that would just freak me out too much.
Yeah.
Maybe in an arena. But, where I put my horse, I mean, it's got a lovely big arena, but it's not fenced.
Yeah.
And we go out on trails.
Yeah.
Because that's what I love doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if she's happy in the snaffle and everybody's cool and honest. You know, I'm not saying,
moving on to the more subtle aids, which do with this sort of.
Well,
I mean, Sappy's very happy.
Yeah. To my mind, if the basics are established, the horse goes in all three speeds, in the arena and outside, and has no issues with the mouth and listens to all your other body signals, then really can transition. But see, I never go by a snaffle. I always go halter or noseband of some sort and then straight into curvy. It's a different journey. That doesn't mean to say you can't do it via a snaffle. I would kind of like, it's an adjustment, so I would go and let her stand in the stall for an hour or two just wearing it to get used to the different feel. And then maybe the first couple of times you ride it, just ride it with that in an arena. Maybe put a headstall or a noseband on as well.
Yeah,
so you have the 4 reins. Or if you have one of these bits, then you see they have a second slot up the top.
Oh, yes.
So you can actually, if you put the reins on that, it acts like a snaffle, like a straight bar snaffle. That's another way you can do it. You put the rein on that first. Yeah, it is effectively. Yeah. And then you could ride it with 4 reins. And
just see how
pick it up so she gets a little blue feel, I guess. And then eventually you can kind of go straight to it. But most horses do it really, really, really well. And that's sort of medium important outfits like these have.
So that's what, just a straight bar.
Yeah, I'll show you the
yes.
when we take it off. And if you can't get one like that, or like you put them in they're really well balanced, nice people.
Well, that's it, because you know, you go to horse so when you pick up the bits, it's
Well, also,
I mean, they have a range of bits to suit a range of demand, you know.
they cater for the average rider.
Yeah.
And for the sport horses. But they don't really cater for anything outside. I mean, if you went and bought a standard horse collie, you could work with that. But the balance isn't as good as this is.
No.
Yeah? So there is a reason why I prefer these and why I like this. Give me that feedback that they're happy with those. But there's a variety of other things too, and every horse has a slightly different message of things, but they're a good starting point. They're not hyper expensive. I think they're only just over $100. And some of the bits in horse and some of the bloody miler bits are $300-400. And I'm sorry, but I have no time for that shit. Not because it's expensive, it's just like too complicated. Rubbish.
People want to waste their money on gold or something, fine, that's their money.
Yeah. So, you know, so these are really good things. So if you are corners, I can put you in up.
I mean, there is stuff that is, I had a lovely time with a lovely time with it.
Yeah.
That we've gone on out and had a nice ride and both come back.
Yeah.
And it's been, you know, so it's not a chore.
Yeah. But I think even for trial riding, something like this, they're more comfortable in than a snaffle bit, because snaffle bits constantly flopping around. Whereas this just hangs there and does pretty much nothing. And when you do have to sort of say something, you give a lot of signal before it actually starts
Really engaging.
Yeah, with the snaffle there's not really any warning. Apart from I'm moving the reins, and then the next thing is immediately I have pressure. And because of, because most of them are broken in some way, there is also leverage on the side of the bar, which is not good.
No. That's not the one with the sleeve joint in the middle. I don't like the one that's, the double thing. I don't like the one that's just that.
But even the double jointed ones, they will put pressure on the outside of the bars of the mouth. And some of them have very big pieces in the middle, and they're actually even worse than straight jointed. Yeah. So if you got like a little pellet, but the smaller you make the pellet, the more it's, so either way. And then you still have this, it's movable, it flops around, it's indistinct, it's a constant chatter, constant, just the horse moving. And it doesn't, they tend to kind of move it in the mouth to that one of the long sit straight to the whole thing, or is it? Yes, it's just the way they move it because they want to have that flat stable bit in the middle. So it's just like, yes, they work, but they're not ideal. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to use a snapper like sometimes do. If I say it started a horse for a client and they're going to run in a snapper, of course I'm going to do it, you know, make sure they're okay with that. But it's not my preference, and the feedback I'm getting from horses is not it. No, what do you do? Okay, come on.
Okay.